All right, welcome to the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred. Great to have you with us. We are listening to God. We're also living for Him. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Share this with somebody. We are in a series that I'm just loving. It's called Grace is Greater. You can grab the book by Kyle Edelman. There's also a journal. There's shirts. You can get a lot of different things to just get this conversation started with people in your life. All of the stuff you need will be in the links in the description. All right, so Ephesians 3 verse 8. Now in the journal that I talked about, there's a story of someone named Hetty Green. I never heard of her before. She lived in the early 20th century, and her net worth, I mean, she was worth in today's kind of money, was in the billions. And yet, she lived like she was absolutely dirt poor. She would not heat her home. She would not use hot water when she bathed. In fact, she would use like underwear. It's kind of gross, I know, but I looked up some of the stuff online, and like she would wear underwear. She wouldn't wash, and she'd wait until like the underwear was like destroyed, right, just from being used day after day after day after day, and she would just toss it and and I'm like, whoa. Like, that's just crazy. To have all of that, and think of how many people she could have helped, how many lives she could have changed, but she didn't. She kind of held on to it. She was a miser, as we would call it. In fact, she's in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's greatest miser, like in history. Unbelievable. I would not want to be known for that, right? I think as believers, we want to be known for generosity, but we've got to ask ourselves, do we sometimes do that with the grace of God? Do we live sometimes like we got nothing? Like we got no resources, like that God couldn't possibly love us, as if He would run out, as if He doesn't have all of that and it's so limited and it's only for a few people. No, that's not it at all. Look at what Paul says in Ephesians 3 verse 8. He says, "To me, though I am the very least of all the saints, this grace was given." This gift of God, this love, was given to him. He saw himself as the least when it came to believers. Here's the grace, that he could preach to the Gentiles, right, to those people who didn't know God, and to preach to them the unsearchable riches of Christ. That's what we get. See, that's what God gives to us. These are unsearchable riches. In other words, you're never going to come up empty. You're never going to be able to measure it all or take it all in or just kind of comprehend how amazing it is and how vast it is and how deep it is. It's there, His love for you. And what makes it even more incredible and why it's so much greater than anything we could handle is that we don't deserve it. Like, we're the least. And yet, we are rich. Not financially, right? Not material-wise or monetarily, but in faith and in hope and in spirit, we are rich because He is. And everything we need to know we're forgiven, to experience forgiveness, but also to bring forgiveness to others, He's going to give it to us. And Paul makes sure that we understand that. I pray that we understand that today. Like who it is that loves us, this God who is, His grace is unsearchable, is with you right now, and He loves you, gave His life for you. So I want you to embrace that, embrace Him and all that He does each and every day. All right? We'll talk to you next time for another follow through.